back, and I have our make and take that I wanted to show you. And if you've guessed already, this is the sneak peek product I was telling you about, and it is our new Gingham Gala designer series. Okay, it has one size check on one side and a smaller gingham check on the other. And this is the balmy blue color we're going to be using for tonight. This is going to be in our new occasions catalog that will start in January along with our celebration, which is our biggest sale of the year. And we are going to show you how to make this. I started off with our pretty little lustrous white mini Gabled boxes. These boxes have a pretty sheen to them. I don't know if the light can catch it, but it has like a little glimmer to it. So I love those. And then we're going to take our Stampin trimmer. And I'm going to bring that in. And I'm going to cut this at 2 inches. And then by 4 inches, because that's the size of the side of the box. Let's get rid of that. And so I'm just going to take some snail, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that while this box is flat. Makes it a lot easier. Now, I used the bigger gingham. I thought it looked cuter with the snowman that I'm using. So let's just go ahead and put it on. Make sure I got it straight. There we go. And now I can go ahead and build my box. I just wanted to do that part while it's flat so I can really push it down. So the way I build this is I just take these little pieces out of the handle. Okay, and I go ahead and fold in all of the bottom pieces first. Okay, let me show you how I do it. I put the big, kind of an H shape. Hey Laura, how you doing? In first, then the 2 sides, and then I pop in the little single piece like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fold in and fold back on these pieces. Hey Laura, were you able to see the first part of the video? It just looked like it froze on my side, so I really couldn't tell. Let me know. Because I went ahead and logged out and logged back in. Okay, now for this, we're doing snowman soup. And you can go online. There are 4 different types that I found, different poems about how to make snowman soup. But here's the poem I like the most, and it says, "Was told you've been real good this year, always glad to hear it. With freezing weather drawing near, you'll need to warm the spirit. So here's a little snowman soup, complete with stirring stick. Add hot water, sip it slow, it's sure to do the trick." And so I'm just going to insert that little poem into my box. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a hot chocolate, and I'm just using Nestle's, and it's the full fat, full rich flavor. I don't use the diet like I drink at home. When it's a gift and it's around the holidays, I want it to be yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my box. And then these cute little campfire marshmallows. You can find these at Walmart. They're about 10 cents a pack, and they have all the mini marshmallows in them, and they'll fit in your little box too. Now I also found, let me show you these. These are mini carnival pops, and they're mint. They're like little peppermints. And so I thought this would be cute to stir in your hot cocoa. So I'm going to add one of those. And then I also got, now you can add a candy cane. That's usually what they do, but I thought these looked even more interesting. And then I found these cute little milk chocolate balls at the dollar store. And I liked them because, again, I mean, you can use Kisses. That's usually what people use. But I'm going to use 3 little chocolate balls because it just makes your hot chocolate better, or you can just eat them anytime you want. Okay, so all of this will fit down in there. And then you're just going to close up your sides. So let me get my little stick in there. There we go. And that'll hold it closed. All right. I think I've got it pretty full. All right. And you can tuck all these things down later. But anyway, Now we're ready to do some stamping. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use our snowman stamp, and I'm going to say the your friendship warms my heart. Hi Courtney, thanks for joining me tonight. Okay, I'm also going to use my black memento ink and a piece of Whisper White paper. Okay, what I want to mention is, if you've noticed, these snowflakes are from our Snowfall Thinlits dies. This stamp sets, which is like the holiday one, and then there's just a nice flower one, and these little trinkets and the Snowfall Thinlit dies are still available. The paper is gone, and I'm not sure how long the Thinlits will be there, so if you want them, you need to get them. They are awesome. I have used them so much. But anyway, that makes our little snowflake there. Oops, my little snowflake fell off. I'll have to find it. But anyway, okay, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this. So I'm just going to ink up my snowman. And another great thing that you're going to love is they have more blends coming out in the New Occasions catalog. And it has Balmy Blue, which is the color I'm using. Oh wait, I didn't want to close that up yet. And I also want to stamp our saying. Let's see, let's just do it right about there. Nope, that kind of blurred. There we go. Okay. So I'm using, this is the Everyday Label Punch, and that's what I'm going to use to punch out my snowman. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of fiddle with his feet down in this part of the punch and just kind of make sure it's straight. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and punch him out. And then I did the same thing with my saying. Let me cut this little part off that I messed up. And we're going to put that right in, let's see, how did I do it? The middle of the stamp. So like that. And what I did with this saying is I came all the way down. You see this little curve here. Okay, I'm coming across. I'm going to use my bigger scissors actually. And I'm just going to go from that point to the same one on the other side. And the same thing on this side. I'm going from this point just straight across. I got a little bit of an edge there. Let's just cut that little part off. So it's just rounded. Okay, so don't forget you can take your punches and you can actually punch them in different ways. And let's show you the back part that I did here. Okay, after I did the white, I did it again in blue. So what I did was I took a piece of our Balmy Blue paper. Now I went ahead and spritzed it earlier. Remember when I showed you this is just our rubbing alcohol and our shimmer paint, and I shook it up and I just spritzed it all over and let it dry. So now it has like a little bit of a sheen on there. And I'm going to go ahead and use that same punch and punch it out. And this time I'm only going to this part of the punch because I don't need the whole big thing. So to match it up, I'm actually going around, coming out, and stopping right there. You see how I did that? And then this part, no, let's see. I went down even farther. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. After you get it this part, I went halfway between here and here. So I'm just going to cut down the middle and do the same thing on this side. See how I have little points still left? And then this, let me get all this out of here, clean it up. I'm going to use my dimensionals. And I'm just going to put it on the back of our saying. And this goes really kind of quick, this little one here. And this is going to make such, oh no, wait a minute. Did that work out? No, it did not. Oh, I forgot what I did. All right, I did shorten this a little bit. All right, let me get these off so they don't get stuck in my punch. Oh, that's not going to happen. All right, here. I'm just going to take my saying and go in this way from the punch. Instead of going down this way, I'm coming this way because I did want to shorten this a little bit. let's see, I'm just going to put it about there. And do the same thing on this side. I want to kind of just stop it about there. That's how I made it shorter, okay? Does that make sense? And then I'm just going to go ahead and put that down on my little saying, and we'll put that on the box in a minute. Okay, now here's the colors that I used to color my snowman. I used Balmy Blue, I used Grapefruit Grove, and I used Crumb Cake. And I'm actually going to use my blender pen for this because I don't have the blends in this color, and I don't think I have Grapefruit Grove either. So I'm going to improvise by using my stamp pads. Now here's a trick they showed us at convention. You know how we usually press like this? Well, with our new stamp pads, it's kind of difficult, and it's really not getting in the lid the way I want it. So they just put it in the palm of their hands and squeezed a few times, and then when you open it up, you've got ink. So that worked out real well. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick up some of that ink, and I'm going to do his little hat. And let's see. There we go. And I'm going to do his little scarf. I'm just doing every other one, so it's sort of a blue and white look. That should have been that one. All right, it's late. I'm getting tired. Let me get the right ones. And I just put a little on the end there. I also took his boots and did them in blue. I thought I'd just keep it all blue and white because it looked cute. The only part I'm bringing color in is his nose and the little brown wood part. So I'm going to do his buttons in the blue, and then we're done. Now, when you have your blender, let me see, I've got a little piece of scrap paper here. I'm just going to keep wiping it off until all of the ink is off of the blender pen, because I don't want to mix it on my next color. So I'm going to now take some of my Grapefruit Grove, and again, I'm just pressing in the middle, which gives me some ink. I thought that was the coolest trick that I learned, because I really wasn't being successful with getting ink on the top part of my pad. Okay, and then again, I'm going to bring in my paper and just wipe it off until it's clear. And my last one's going to be my Crumb Cake. And this is the old pad, so this one I can just go ahead and squeeze. And I'm just going to pick up some of the brown and do his arms. Let's get a little bit darker over here. And I have a little bit to do right there on his legs. That's it. Okay. All right, so we're going to close up that ink. And you want to clean off your blender pen, and you want to close it up so it doesn't dry, because it is have a liquid in there. Okay. And we can go ahead and attach him to our box. So let's get a couple of dimensions. And I'm putting him more to the center because this is going to stick up a little bit. And you just want to make sure that when your box is standing upright, that this tag is not hanging over. So you want to make sure that you put him up high enough along the bottom here. He can go up a little bit that way, it's fine. Okay, let's push our little goodies down in there a little bit better. There we go. All right, now our saying is ready to go on, so we can just take a few more dimensionals. And we'll just put them right there. And we're almost done. Put him on an angle like that, and there's your outside of your box. Am I going to be at St. Mark's Bazaar Saturday? No, I actually have a wedding to go to. I'm going to a rehearsal dinner tomorrow night, and then Saturday I'm going to a wedding. So I've missed all my craft fairs this year, I'm sorry to say. No, won't be there this time. But next year I will be, I hope to be. I love to do the craft fairs and meet all the local people. Okay, then I thought a little ribbon would be pretty, so I'm using our silver edged. And I'm just going to tie a piece on. Let's do that. Now, I'm not tying it off yet because I want to take one of our cute little snowflake embellishments. I love the snowflakes. And I'm going to take some of this silver cord. Now, I'm not sure the silver cord is available anymore, but you can buy the silver metallic thread, and it will do this exact same thing. You just need something to tie this onto your box. So I'm going to tie it on right over the ribbon here, and I want it to kind of lay a little bit onto the box. So I'm not going to tie it too tight, but I want this to go in the middle of the bow, so let's just pull that down where I want it. Okay, I've lost my end there. All right, and then I'm gonna tie it again into a knot. And let's get this down a little bit farther before I make it tight. We can tie it. Let's see, I'm gonna hold on to it so I don't make it any shorter. There. Okay, once you get it tight, you can go ahead and just snip those off. And then we're ready to tie our bow right over that, so you won't see that end. Oh, oh geez. Hang on, I just wound up pulling my knot off, so let me do it a little better. And there we go. I'm going to pull this up so it's still long enough. All right, there we go. All right, so let me snip this off a little bit again. And then I'm going to tie my bow over that so that that knot won't show. Okay, and then I'm just going to even it out when you get it the way you want it. See how he dangles? I just love that. All right, and I'm kind of cutting this at an angle. And then I'm going to bring in the big shot and just cut a couple more snowflakes. So let's get that in here. And I'm going to use, let's see, I don't need this whole big piece, so let's just get a piece like this. And I'm using my bigger snowflake. I'm going to actually use this one, the blue. And then for the white, I still have some of this felt sort of paper that they had in the series, but you can just use just your plain white, or you could, let's get that off of there. You could use some shimmer glimmer paper, whatever you feel like using, just so it's light over the blue. Let's go back one, because that's kind of a finer. And we're going to go ahead and pop that one out, and we're going to go ahead and pop this one out. And let's put a big shot over here. And you can use your brush, but I'm actually just going to use my paper piercer and just pop these out because they come out pretty easy. And I'm just going to pop, let's see, that one little piece. And then I've got these that the brush would have taken out, but I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay, if you have your Big Shot brush, though, go ahead and use it because it's pretty quick too. All right, I think I've got them all there. And then the same thing with our little white one. I'm going to go ahead and pop that out. Let me put my framelits up so I don't lose them. And then because these are so fine, I'm using my glue dots, and I'm actually going to roll it in my finger a little bit, make it really, really tiny to fit on the back. And you can see, let's see, right there, I'm putting it, and I'm going to put it on my snowflake. And I'm kind of trying to sort of match them up. Let's see, that's kind of over to the side. There, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to actually use one of our mini dimensionals on the back because it's not going to show, and I'm going to show you why. Let me get that. And I'm going to put it on the bottom, right in the middle of our snowflake. I'm going to take our box, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on. And then I'm going to take just one of our rhinestones, and I'm going to put it right in the middle to bring that little glimmer back up. And then this one's just going to float next to it. Isn't that cute? So it looks like it's snowing on the snowman. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? I love it. This little snowman guy has been so cute. Really, really love it. And there's your snowman soup. So you have your little cute saying, and you have all of the pieces that you need when they open it up to make a nice little cup of hot cocoa, and have marshmallows and a little bit of a mint stir. It's just going to be so cool. So these are cute to have out on your holiday table, or just to give to a friend if you're going to have lunch. So I hope you enjoyed that. And that's it for tonight. I hope you go back and look at the first part of my Facebook Live. I hope that did film because it froze on my side. But I'm showing you all of the new products that are coming in January that I received at my onstage convention. And like I said, if you want to talk about becoming a member of my team, I'd love to have you on my team. So just give me a shout out at StampFUNatics@gmail.com. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me.